play action now. Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First down, Falcons.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First down.
They go play action with Ryan. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Atlanta.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah,
and this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
The score, Seahawks 28, Falcons 24.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
at their own 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Open is Olsen. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Touchdown.
Greg Olsen there to make the grab. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Good.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Gurley with a little bit of an opening there as he's able to get 5 on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Todd Gurley on the carry.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. David Moore, 79 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Myers for the extra point.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, let's go back to the start of the season talk, Charles. We talked about some 2-0 and 0-2 teams. You mentioned Arizona, maybe a good surprise. Houston, a bad surprise. Any other teams a surprise at this point to you?
Well, I think that I would look at the Los Angeles Rams right out of the gate. At home against Dallas, opening their new stadium. Many thought Dallas would go out west and beat them. That didn't happen. Then how about the Rams going on the road this week and beating Philadelphia indecisively? This looks like a Rams team that finished 9-7 last year. It has designs on challenging for the division title. And one other team I would throw in there is a little bit of a surprise, just by how it's gone down. How about Atlanta? I know it's tough against Seattle, tough against Dallas. Seattle was at home, but they got jumped on by Seattle. And in the Dallas game, they just gave away. That's a team that should be at worst 1-1 right now. Now looking at 0-2 and have a lot of questions.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. To throw is Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel, but they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And he knocks it through. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Here's Koo to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, that completes it again to Metcalf. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And that's good for a Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the
on 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Wilson now on 3rd down. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
They'll roll him out right. Open is Olsen. He's got it. Touchdown Seahawks. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
To Julio Jones.
A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 52 yards.
Falcons, 1st down.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They run. It's Gurley. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He scores 3 times.
Filet,
There you go.
10-ounce, 16-ounce.
Porterhouse.
Right. Made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up
on 3rd down. It's Carson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons' offense at the line. Now Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Back at the 19.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really